Final segment of ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tenitra. We want to say thank you for rocking with us throughout the entire show. We want to just say thank you for making ATL Day Ones your first listen of the day, because we always remember that we are free and available wherever you download your podcast. We are pushing for 2K, hashtag pushing for 2K. We are almost there with over 1,800 subscribers, excuse me. And we just want to thank you all for rocking with us. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, I know you out there. I know you guys exist. We want you to actually just subscribe to our page. And remember, we are free and available wherever you download your podcast. And when you download that podcast, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. T, this is For the Culture. It is the intersection between sports, entertainment, and the culture. Sometimes whatever the heck we want to talk about. In this instance, this is something that's very interesting because, like you mentioned before the break, you talked about a player actually saving a referee, right? We know we're not used to hearing something like that. And this guy by the name was Myles Copeland, who doubles as a firefighter. That's his day job, but plays in the league, and he was playing this particular league, and he and John Scully is the referee, became unresponsive on the court. So Mr. Copeland, firefighter, this is what he does. He kind of put his cape on, and he ended up saving Mr. Scully's life. Like,
Yes.
what is the irony in that? Just for him to be able to be somebody that's supposed to be officiating or overseeing him throughout
Right.
this game as a player, but him actually being put in a place or a space where he can actually save this man's life. I just think that is just so cool, how this story ended.
It really is. And we always hear about the contentiousness between players and referees and how it gets
Indeed.
real fast on that court, right? And
Right.
I know, having been the in-game analyst for the Hawks last season, sometimes I got a way too up close and personal view of that banter. We're going to call it banter, back and
Right.
forth
Yeah.
between
There we go.
coaches and
Yeah.
referees, right? Yeah, we're going to
Right.
use that euphemism. But yeah, to me, that is so amazing because you know what? The human spirit took over at that point, right?
Right.
The,
There you
the
go.
the the spirit of who he is at the core of what it takes to be a firefighter or a police officer or even someone in healthcare, a physician, if you will, where your gut tells you, even in situations where typically it gets a little twisted, that you've got to go in there and do what you are really born to do, which is save lives. So that gut, that instinct kicked in for him, and so grateful because wow, I can't imagine the few seconds that he had to kind of make his decision on what it is
Right.
that he was supposed to do in that instance. Probably didn't even have to think about it though, Jarvis. It was probably instinct that just sprung him into action to save that referee Scully's life.
No doubt about it. And you think about Mr. Copeland, like we just gotta give him a quick ATL Day One shout out, because that's what we believe in helping people, and when we can, and not
Yeah,
sometimes getting uncomfortable to help
yeah,
our
yeah,
situation, because he didn't have to
right,
do that. So but
right.
he chose to. And Scully is saying that he is going to he has to get, he's going to go and get heart surgery to
Hmm.
fix a blockage that's in his
Hmm.
that's him that would cause him actually to
Yes,
pass out
yeah.
on the court. So I mean, I think Scully at least owes this man a steak dinner, and if he
Yes.
drinks, maybe an even alcoholic beverage. So definitely gotta make sure Mr. Scully take care of old Miles there.
Absolutely. And you know, Jarvis, we can all think of an instance where we made a friend in places and spaces where we never thought that it was possible, right?
Yep.
We can all make that. So I think to myself, he might have made a lifelong friend of somebody he never, Copeland never thought he was probably going to make friends with
Right.
a referee. But now that referee's like, man, you're feeling like my new BFF because basically that helped him to get a second lease on life because who knows what would have happened. You know, those are the types of instances where things happen and people are by themselves and they're not so fortunate. So again, just grateful just from a human perspective that he stepped up to the plate. Like you said, didn't have to do it, but he did it. And boy, man, you just never know where, like you said, you just never know where friendships might come from. Or like I said, and you just never know where that next smile or joy or appreciation for the opportunity to do something special in somebody's
Right.
life is going to come from. And we certainly hope that you guys think that we're doing something special and adding to your lives here at ATL Day Ones, because that's what we try to do every day. We know life can be hectic, especially in the hot streets of Atlanta, but hopefully we
Lord.
get to cool you off and make you smile and give you something to look forward to each and every day. And we also hope that our partner Mark Zeno gives you something to check out as well. A to Z, Mark Zeno, spitting fire in his cool East Coast way each and every day, but hot like fire as well. So come back tomorrow and we'll talk a little bit about it. Braves got a day to cool off today, so we will talk tomorrow and preview that series, that weekend series against the Cubs as they wrap up their road trip and everything that may happen. Because hey, look, the draft is less than 10 days. What are we now at the 8-day mark for the NBA draft, or the exactly a week? Boom.
Yeah, exactly a week. Yeah, a week
So
away.
Jarvis and I are watching the trade wire, and we'll let you guys know if there are any
Lord.
developments and give you reaction to it. But thank you guys so much for checking us out. As always, be safe. We'll see you tomorrow.
Y'all come back now, you hear?